a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anusta Acharya. The top stories first. Vote count for new leadership of Nepali Congress underway. Presidential candidate needs 51% votes to lead the party. House session to begin from today. 5 ordinances to be tabled at the lower house meeting. Experts stress on utilizing electricity for industrial development. Energy Minister says time has come for energy diplomacy. Russia releases documentary related to economic crisis. Putin reveals the work as a taxi driver after the fall of Soviet Union. And Champions League draw return after controversy. Holders Chelsea face Lille and Real Madrid drawn against PSG. And now the news in detail. Vote count for the election of a new leadership of Nepali Congress is currently on the way. A total of 4,679 votes were cast in the voting that took place to elect a new leadership of the ruling Nepali Congress Party under its 14th General Convention. A total of 4,743 representatives had attended the General Convention. There are 487 candidates vying for 132 posts of office bearers of the party's executive committee. The voting was held at the City Hall and the Brikuti Mandap. According to the NC's Central Election Committee, Congress leader Gul Bahadur Gurung had cast the first vote. According to the Congress statute, out of the 167-member working committee, 134 posts will be elected and the remaining 33 members will be nominated by the Central President. The presidential candidate must receive 51% votes to lead the party. If any candidates fail to garner 51% votes, the top 2 leaders will have to vie for the post again. Those contesting for the post of NC President include Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba, Shekhar Koirala, Prakash Mansir, Bimalendra Nidhi and Kalyan Gurung. 5 ordinances including Social Security First Amendment Ordinance 2078 are to be presented in the first meeting of the House of Representatives HOR under the 10th session of the Federal Parliament beginning from today. According to the Parliament Secretariat, Minister for Home Affairs Balkrishna Kant is scheduled to present the Nepal Police and Province Police Ordinance Operational Supervision and Coordination First Amendment 2078, Acid and Infectious Chemical Materials Regulation Ordinance 2078 and Social Security First Amendment Ordinance 2078 in the meeting. Likewise, Minister for Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Dilendra Prasad Badhu is presenting an ordinance to amend some laws against sexual violence 2078 and ordinance to amend some acts on criminal offence and criminal work procedure 2078. As per the agenda, the President's later summoning parliamentary session will be read out in the meeting. Also, nomination of the name list of members to preside over the meeting in absence of the Speaker also be made in the beginning of the meeting. With adequate production of electricity in the country in recent days, debates have surfaced on how to utilize electricity as a catalyst for industrial development while ensuring its export. A report. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The government yesterday confirmed 313 new cases of coronavirus across the country. Following the latest round of tests, the total cases of coronavirus in the country have climbed to 824,535. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, altogether 807,154 infected persons have recovered from the disease in the country. The death toll from coronavirus has climbed to 11,557 after the virus claimed 3 more lives yesterday. Nepal is currently among top 47 countries that have been most affected by the pandemic. The USA tops the list with over 50.96 million confirmed cases, followed by India with over 34.70 million cases. Coronavirus has infected more than 270.99 million people across the world and claimed over 5.32 million lives. And now the news from economic front. NIPSE index, a tool to measure share transactions in the stock market, witnessed sharp decline yesterday. According to sources at the Nepal Stock Exchange, NIPSE index dropped by 79.57 points and reached 2,281.67 points. The market, which was on bullish trend sometimes before, is now moving on a bearish trend. NIPSE has declined by around 11 points after it reached to the highest level. Capitalization has also dropped by rupees 1,200 billion. The sensitive index, which measures the share transactions of mega companies, has also dropped to 437.59 points with an intraday fall of 12.47 points. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Ronaldo versus Neymar. Welcome back. Now the international news. Russian President Vladimir Putin revealed he worked as a taxi driver in the 1990s following the breakup of the Soviet Union, which he described as his demise of historical Russia. Discussing the economic crisis on post-Soviet Russia as part of a documentary called Russia New History, which was aired on Sunday, Putin reportedly said it turned into a completely different country. According to Reuters, he also opened up about how the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991 affected him. Putin said he briefly worked as a taxi driver and said sometimes had to earn extra money. His comments come as concerns mount that Russia will invade Ukraine, which was one of 15 Soviet republics. The country is in the group of 7 large economies: Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the UK and the US, released a statement on Sunday condemning Russia's threatening action at the Ukraine border. Although Russia's military has gathered some 90,000 troops near the Ukraine border, Moscow maintains that it will not invade Ukraine unless provoked and has said Ukraine joining NATO is a red line. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Defending champions Chelsea will face French side Lille in the Champions League last 16 after the draw for the knockout stages was announced for the second time on Monday. According to UEFA, the technical problem caused an error in the initial draw, which has been declared void. The BBC reported the Premier League champions Manchester City will take on Portugal's Sporting Lisbon, while 6 times winner Liverpool play 3 times winner Inter Milan. Manchester United are pitted against Spanish champions Atletico Madrid. In the standout tie for the round, 13 times champions Real Madrid come up against French powerhouse Paris Saint-Germain. In the original draw, Manchester United's ball was pulled out of the pot against Villarreal, but they were ineligible to face each other as they had been in the same group, and eventually UEFA said the technology should have prevented. Last season's Europa League winners Villarreal were instead paired with Premier League champions City, BBC further reported. Manchester United's Premier League match against Brentford on Tuesday night has been postponed after the COVID-19 outbreak at the Old Trafford club. The league says the decision was made following guidance from medical advisor due to the exceptional circumstances of the outbreak. Earlier, United shut down operations at their Carrington training ground to minimize the risk of infection. In the past week, 42 Premier League players and staffs have tested positive. Brighton, Tottenham, Leicester, Aston Villa and Norwich have all confirmed cases, and Sunday's Brighton vs Tottenham fixture was postponed following a COVID-19 outbreak at Spurs. United said positive cases among staff and players reported on Sunday have been confirmed by PCR test on the outbreak requires ongoing surveillance. All the Manchester United's players tested negative before Sunday's 1-0 win at Norwich, but some tested positive before training on Sunday morning. The latest positive cases in the league are the highest recorded in a 7-day period since testing began in May 2020. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. Vote count for new leadership of Nepali Congress underway. Presidential candidate needs 51% votes to lead the party. House session to begin from today. 5 ordinances to be tabled at the lower house meeting. Export stress house utilizing electricity for industrial development. Energy Minister says time has come for energy diplomacy. Russia releases documentary related to economic crisis. Putin reveals he worked as a taxi driver after the fall of Soviet Union. And the Champions League draw read-on after controversy. Holders Chelsea face Lille and Real Madrid drawn against PSG. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamajah.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.